There's something most men over 50 never talk about, but they feel it every single day. Your energy's dipped. You don't wake up like you used to. Your drive in the bedroom, in life, isn't what it was. And deep down, you're wondering, is this just aging? The truth? Not exactly. Yes, your body changes with age. But there's another reason why testosterone drops, why your prostate acts up, and why sex doesn't feel the same anymore. It's what you're eating. Or more specifically, what's hiding in your favorite everyday foods. As a doctor, I've seen it again and again. Men who feel like their best days are behind them, until they clean up just a few things in their diet. That's when the morning energy comes back. That's when confidence returns. That's when you stop dreading bedtime and start looking forward to it again. Today, I'm revealing 5 everyday foods that can silently hurt your testosterone, inflame your prostate, and lower your performance. Then I'll show you 5 powerhouse foods that do the opposite. They protect your hormones, boost your drive, and help you feel like yourself again. And no, this isn't about going vegan or eating kale all day. This is about real food, real choices, and real results. Let's begin with the first food you must cut back on, especially if it's already on your breakfast plate. The hidden enemies. 5 common foods that hurt your prostate. Most men don't realize it, but the battle for your prostate starts in your kitchen. That innocent-looking sandwich, the glass of milk you've had since childhood, or the quick comfort meal after work. These can quietly sabotage your testosterone, inflame your prostate, and lead to those 2 a.m. bathroom trips that steal your sleep. One of my patients, Tom, 57, came in complaining about low energy, frequent urination, and foggy mornings. His blood work showed no red flags, until we looked at his diet. Breakfast, bacon and eggs. Lunch, ham sandwich with cheese. Dinner, pasta with cream sauce and wine. It wasn't extreme, but it was enough. Processed meats are loaded with nitrites and trans fats that fuel inflammation and disrupt hormone balance. Dairy, in excess, floods your body with IGF-1 and estrogen-like compounds. Bad news for a prostate already under pressure. Then there's the trifecta of saturated fats, alcohol, and refined sugars, all pushing your hormones out of sync, all silently encouraging prostate tissue to swell. These foods don't scream danger, they whisper it, over decades. But the shift starts the moment you pay attention. You don't need to go cold turkey or count every calorie. You need to know what's quietly hurting you and start making better swaps. Because what you eat at 6 p.m. might decide how you sleep at 2 a.m. And now that we've uncovered the hidden enemies, it's time to flip the script. In the next part, I'll show you 5 powerful foods that don't just protect your prostate, but help reignite your energy, balance your hormones, and support a stronger, more vibrant you. The silent damage, how inflammation and hormones interact. What's quietly sabotaging your prostate might not be what you eat once, but what your body is fighting every day without you knowing. It's called chronic, low-grade inflammation. And for many men over 50, it's the invisible fuel behind frequent urination, prostate enlargement, and that feeling of just not being yourself anymore. This kind of inflammation doesn't come with fevers or pain. It's slow. It builds silently. And it's often triggered by the foods we just covered: processed meats, sugar, alcohol, causing your body to stay in a constant state of defense mode. But here's the twist. Inflammation doesn't work alone. It messes with your hormones, especially testosterone, estrogen, and a little troublemaker called DHT, dihydrotestosterone. As testosterone naturally declines with age, even slight imbalances get magnified. The body may convert more testosterone into estrogen or DHT. And when DHT builds up, that's when prostate tissue starts to grow. That's when you wake up 3 times a night to pee. That's when your sex drive feels stuck in neutral. I remember Jim, 58, a retired firefighter. Still strong, still active. But out of nowhere, he started struggling with energy, sleep, and an overactive bladder. Blood work showed his testosterone had dropped. PSA was rising. The culprit? A mix of inflammation and hormone imbalance from years of stress and diet choices he thought were normal. The good news? This cycle can be broken. You can cool the inflammation, balance the hormones, and take back control, starting with your plate. Because the right foods don't just feed you, they send your body a different message. Repair, not attack. And speaking of that, let's move into the next chapter. Here are 5 powerful foods that help calm inflammation, rebalance your hormones, and support a healthier, stronger prostate.
The 5 food allies. What to eat more of and why it works. Protecting your prostate and restoring your vitality is not just about cutting out the bad. It's about feeding your body the right allies. The foods I'm about to share don't just help a little. They actively fight inflammation, support hormone balance, and give your prostate what it needs to function better as you age. First up, tomatoes. Packed with lycopene, a powerful antioxidant, tomatoes help protect prostate cells from oxidative stress, cellular wear and tear fueling abnormal growth. But here's the secret. Cooked tomatoes offer more absorbable lycopene than raw ones. So enjoy that tomato soup, pasta sauce, or roasted tomato salad. Your prostate will thank you. Second, cruciferous vegetables. Like broccoli, cauliflower, kale, and cabbage. These contain sulforaphane, a compound that helps your liver flush out excess estrogen while reducing inflammation. Think of it as a hormonal reset on your plate. Try lightly sautéed broccoli in garlic and olive oil, or toss shredded cabbage into your lunch salad. Third, pumpkin seeds. Just a small handful delivers a rich dose of zinc, a mineral crucial for testosterone production and prostate health. These seeds also contain phytosterols, which help reduce DHT levels. I often tell my patients, keep a small jar of pumpkin seeds in your kitchen and make them your after-dinner habit. Fourth, green tea. This isn't just a trendy health drink. It's backed by real science. Rich in catechins, green tea helps block the conversion of testosterone into DHT, while calming the inflammation that makes prostate symptoms worse. Swap your second coffee for a warm cup of green tea, a small change with significant impact. Fifth, fatty fish like salmon, sardines, or trout. These contain omega-3 fatty acids that reduce systemic inflammation, improve blood flow, and support healthy hormone production. 2 servings a week can make a real difference in your PSA levels and daily comfort. You don't have to eat ideally, but by including more small habits, big results. How to turn diet into daily rituals. Most men don't fail because they don't know what to eat. They fail because they can't stick with it. And it's not because they're lazy or undisciplined. It's because they try to change everything at once, or worse, they swing from one extreme to another. 2 days of clean eating, followed by burnout and giving up. That's not a plan. That's a crash. What works better, especially for men over 50, is a rhythm. a simple set of rituals that your body and brain can actually live with. I call it the 80-20 rule. Eat clean, prostate-friendly meals 80% of the time. Leave 20% for real life. A glass of wine, a slice of birthday cake, no guilt attached. The goal isn't to be perfect. The goal is to be consistent. Let me paint the picture. You wake up and start the day with a glass of warm water, followed by oatmeal topped with pumpkin seeds and berries. Lunch? A grilled salmon salad with olive oil dressing. Afternoon snack? A handful of almonds or a green tea. Dinner? Roasted vegetables, lean protein, and maybe a glass of red wine. And after dinner, you keep a small container of pumpkin seeds next to the couch, something to chew while your body starts its repair cycle. That's not a diet. That's a life rhythm. Something you can actually keep. And these little anchors? They matter. They help your body trust you again. They signal repair instead of inflammation, balance instead of chaos. So if you've ever felt like healthy eating is too hard to maintain, maybe you need to make it easier to repeat. And speaking of repeatable, let me share the real proof. Stories from men who've lived this and turned small changes into powerful results. Real men, real results. Stories from my clinic. I've had the privilege of walking alongside hundreds of men on this journey. And if there's one thing I've learned, it's this. You don't need to overhaul your life to change your health. You need to shift the right few things. Let me tell you about David, 62. He came in frustrated. He was waking up 4 times a night to pee. He tried everything, supplements, even sleeping pills, but nothing helped. We took a hard look at his diet and one thing stood out: dairy. Milk in the morning, cheese with lunch, yogurt at night. We swapped those for almond milk, added more greens, and hydration. Within 2 weeks, his nighttime bathroom trips were cut in half. By week 5, he was finally sleeping through the night. Then there was Carlos, 55. He was strong and active, but kept hitting a wall in the bedroom. His testosterone was borderline low. He thought it was getting older. But his daily lunch? A deli meat sandwich with mayo and chips. We replaced the sandwich with a turkey wrap, added zinc from pumpkin seeds, and cut the processed junk. 3 months later, his blood work showed a healthy rise in free testosterone, and more importantly, his confidence returned. And I'll never forget Richard, 67, a retired teacher. He didn't feel sick, but his PSA kept climbing year after year. We introduced green tea twice a day, swapped in fatty fish twice a week, and pulled back on alcohol. At his next checkup, his PSA had stabilized for the first time in 5 years. These men didn't do anything extreme. They didn't go clean or move to a mountain. They just made smarter, repeatable decisions. And the results weren't just numbers. They were freedom, energy, and peace of mind. Now, let's talk about the other half of the equation. The things outside your plate that impact your hormones just as much. Sleep, stress, and how your body repairs itself overnight. Beyond the plate, sleep, stress, and hormone health. If food is the fuel for your hormones, sleep and stress are the brakes, or the gas pedal. You could be eating all the right things, but if your body is constantly under pressure and you're not sleeping well, your hormones won't respond how you want them to. One of the most significant hormone disruptors in men over 50 isn't diet, cortisol, the stress hormone. When cortisol stays elevated for too long, it lowers testosterone, increases belly fat, and ramps inflammation. I see it always. Guys who look healthy on paper but are exhausted, frustrated, and stuck.
And often, it's not their food, it's their lifestyle. Then there's sleep. Not just how many hours you get, but the quality of those hours. Deep sleep, especially REM sleep, is when your body produces and regulates testosterone. If you're waking up frequently, scrolling your phone in bed, or going to bed wired from late-night news or caffeine, your hormones take the hit. So what can you do? Start small. Cut off caffeine after 2 p.m. Walk for 10 to 15 minutes after dinner to lower stress. Try a 4-7-8 breathing exercise before bed. It sounds simple, but it works. One of my patients replaced his evening beer with chamomile tea and started journaling for 5 minutes before sleep. Within a month, he slept better and reported more morning energy and a noticeable lift in mood and libido. Remember, hormone health isn't built in the gym or the kitchen alone. It's constructed quietly, at night, when your body feels safe enough to repair. And now that we've laid the full foundation, from what's on your plate to how you sleep, it's time for your reset. Let me show you how to bring this together in one simple 7-day plan. Your 7-day reset. 1 week to feel the difference. Here's the truth. You don't need a perfect plan. You need a doable one. And that's what this 7-day reset is all about. 1 week, 7 days. A clear, realistic plan to reduce inflammation, support your prostate, and begin balancing your hormones naturally. I've seen men start this and notice fundamental changes by day 3. Better sleep, fewer nighttime bathroom trips, more energy in the morning, and yes, even a stronger sex drive. So here's what it looks like. Start your morning with warm water and a prostate-friendly breakfast, oatmeal with pumpkin seeds, or scrambled eggs with sautéed spinach. At lunch, build your plate with lean protein like grilled salmon or turkey, and pile on cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, kale, cauliflower. Drink green tea instead of a sugary soda or coffee overload. Keep snacks simple: almonds, boiled eggs, or a handful of berries. For dinner, roast some vegetables, add a portion of fatty fish, and if you enjoy a drink, swap wine or beer for herbal tea at least a few nights. Add a walk after dinner. Go to bed without screens. Breathe deeply for 1 minute before lights out. That's it. Simple, repeatable, powerful. To help, I recommend printing out a simple list. Eat more/eat less. Put it on your fridge or bathroom mirror, somewhere you'll see it daily. And if you're up for it, track how you feel each morning. You might be surprised how quickly your body responds when you give it the proper support. So try it. 1 week. Your prostate, your hormones, and your future self will thank you. And if you found this helpful, I'd love to hear about your results. Drop a comment, share your story, and let's build a stronger, healthier community of men who refuse to settle for just getting old. Let's recap. You've just learned how everyday foods can quietly damage your prostate, and how a few smart swaps can help restore balance, reduce inflammation, and boost your vitality. From cutting out processed meats and sugar to adding tomatoes, green tea, and pumpkin seeds, every change you make sends your body